Well, thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it. Here at the Eaton Center here in Fairfax County. We're here on a very important issue. It can be a very controversial issue, but it's one that's very important to students, to families here in Virginia and across the country, and that is the racial discrimination that is going on right now against students who are trying to get into some of the elite universities, and not just the elite universities, but really universities across the country, including here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and that is the discrimination that is going on against students because of their race as they try to enter the universities. And this is particularly, of course, damaging and hurtful to the Asian American community. Asian American students have to have much higher SAT scores than students of other races in order to get into those same universities. In some cases, significantly higher SAT scores and grades in order to get into the same schools. I don't think that anybody should be punished because of their race. I don't think that anybody should be denied entrance into a university because of their race. But that's exactly what is going on right now in the United States of America. We know that quotas are illegal under the Constitution. But what the universities have done, they've effectively gotten around this prohibition by using race as a factor in college admissions, and that has caused so many of our Asian American students and citizens who have been unable to get into the universities that they otherwise should be allowed to enter. And so that's why we're here today. I know it's a controversial topic, but it needs to be addressed, and finally it's time that we address it. And I'm very, very proud to be here with everybody here behind me and with me. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Dan.
Yes, my name is Daniel Feng. I'm the board director of National Chinese American Alliance. Corey, thank you very much. That's great news you're going to address this issue. It's great news to the Asian American community. As we have just seen that Corey Stewart, like President Trump, is a man of no nonsense. And like all of us, he is also a man live his life by common sense. And what is common sense? It is common sense that we call black, black, and white, white. We call man, man, and woman, woman. We call Americans, Americans, and foreigners, foreigners. And we call anything legal, legal, and we call anything illegal, illegal. There's nothing undocumented about that. And also, like Dr. Martin Luther King has once dreamed, it is common sense that we believe all American citizens should be judged by the content of their characters, not by the color of their skin. And we believe that regardless of our skin color and the origin of our ancestors, my money is as good as yours, and my sweat is as sweat as yours. And my children's SAT score is as meaningful as your children. Thank you very much, Corey.
Thanks a lot, Brandon.
My name is Lily Chen, and with 3 L's. The reason I'm here today is because I am a Fairfax County resident and mom to 3 Asian American boys. And this is the reason why I'm very, very concerned with the university admission policies. Because I have 3 boys, I see myself in a very difficult position. Are they going to be competitive enough with other children? I don't know. When my parents came to this country about 30 plus years ago, my father came here with $5 in his pocket. He was the only reason that made him who he is today, and the reason he decided to stay in America, is because he wanted me to have a great education. He wanted to make sure that the dreams and the aspirations that he wasn't able to get in his home country, his daughter can go and fulfill that for him. But look at our schools, universities today. because you're an Asian boy with a 1600 SAT, that's no longer, that's not even, it's not something that's to be proud about. Everybody has that. That means we have to look at you much harder than say if you're somebody who is non-Asian, who has a 1300 SAT score, because your race, that score in your race is a high score. Why is that? That's not the America my father came to. And that's not the America I want my children to have. As an Asian American in Fairfax County, I think it's time everybody ask yourself, what do you want your kids to look at you and say, hey mom, dad, did you play a part in trying to reverse the university admission policy? And I hope if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, if you're an aunt, if you're an uncle, you look at yourself and say, yes, I was part of that reversal process. I want to make sure that Asian American children going forward can be just as competitive with hard work, diligence, as all other races. And I think this is what this is all about. What do you want your children to come back and say to you? Mom and dad, were you part of that reversal process? And that's really all I have to say. And like I said, I have 3 sons. I'm extremely worried, and I really want this whole college admission process reversed. And I'm glad to be here. And that is the only thing that makes me feel good to my heart. And I support Corey.
Thanks a lot.
Hello everybody, my name is Antu Do. I just want to have one quick comment. I just have one quick comment that I believe that nobody should be discriminated against because of their race or ethnicity. So I thank you, Chairman Corey Stewart, for his leadership to bring up this issue. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ann. Thank you. So thanks a lot, everybody, and we're going to obviously take some questions. And the way this would look is federal legislation, which would require that any university or college or any other institution of higher learning in the United States that receives federal aid, either in the form of federally guaranteed student loans or federal grants, Pell Grant, etc., that they be prohibited from using race as a factor in the admission of students to their institution of higher learning. That's what it would look like. I think it's possible that the Supreme Court of the United States has certainly been leaning in the direction of prohibiting that under the Civil Rights Act of 1964. But it is possible that I think that it's time for the Senate to act on this as well as the House of Representatives, and to place it on the desk of the President next year. So with that, we're going to take some questions.
What about maintaining diversity? The whole point of using race is to maintain diversity at the university. What would you say were concerns about the universities might not be as diverse?
So let me ask you this question. Is it okay for the government, is it okay for universities to practice racial discrimination at the universities against kids? Is that okay?
No.
No.
That's the answer. Yes, ma'am.
My question is that, what's the difference between you and Senator Kane? Would you elaborate that?
Senator Kane has not addressed this. Senator Kane is okay with the current discrimination that's going on against Asian students. Senator Kane is okay with using race as a basis for keeping people out of our universities. Senator Kane has done nothing to end this racial discrimination, this punishing people because of their race when they're trying to get into universities, and using it particularly against young people is particularly heinous, and Senator Kane has done absolutely nothing and refuses to do anything about this important issue.
Well, you're saying, quote,
Yes.
I don't think anybody should be punished because of their race, and yet you've also been, a vocal opponent of illegal immigration in sanctuary cities. How do you reconcile the two?
Well, in the case of illegal immigration, it's not about what somebody's race is or what somebody's ethnicity is. It's about their immigration status. I believe very strongly in immigration. A lot of these folks behind me are immigrants, and they came into this country lawfully. That's what our immigration system needs to be based upon, is law and order. And in that way, we can make sure that we benefit, that America benefits, because we're bringing in the best and the brightest. We're bringing people into our country based upon merit. And we can bring in people who are law-abiding and who work hard, like all these folks who are with me today. That's what I have always strongly believed in. My wife is an immigrant. I strongly believe in immigration, but it must be lawful.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
IC Media, I have a question. The current administration for the college has been a long time. Like you said, you want to change this. What would be affected after you push this, like Asian is equal things?
I'm sorry, can you repeat? If you could come forward a little bit, I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you.
I'm just asking, current administration for the college, it's been a while.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen once you got success to become a senator and push your things forward?
If we get this legislation passed, Harvard University, Yale University, Stanford University, University of Virginia, Virginia Tech, William and Mary, all of these universities will forever be forbidden from using race as a factor in the admissions process. And this places everybody on a level playing field, and that means regardless of your race, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of the language you speak, you've got a fair shot, just like everybody else, in order to get into some of the most prestigious universities in our country. That's what this will mean.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great, go for it.
Corey, I have to ask your thoughts on Kavanaugh in light of the second and possible third allegations.
I think it's a witch hunt. I think it's a witch hunt. I mean, this is what the left has done. They're tearing down a good family man on some very, very old accusations that date back decades. And I just think it's highly suspect that the accuser and Dianne Feinstein would sit on these accusations for such a long period of time. Why didn't they bring this up weeks ago when they first heard of it?
That's right. Yeah. And your reaction?
Sorry, Tony first.
Did the president fire Rod Rosenstein?
I don't know. I just, hey, you know, I'm prepared for this news conference. I saw something about that on the way over, but I haven't read the full news accounts yet. Sorry, Tony.
Actually, let's go back to the school policy. Well, as a Harvard guy myself, my school now already have more than 25% of Asian kids. The Asian population is only 5%. So if you take away the racial, that condition, would that, sort of punishing other races, for example, the black and the Hispanic?
We have to stop looking at things on the basis of race in this country. We're obsessed with race. This is the problem. This isn't about a quota system or what percentage of a particular race. It's about the individual students. Why should an individual student be punished because of their race? That's what it comes down to. In America, you know something? My kids, they don't even see race. They don't. And this younger generation that are going and applying to these universities, they don't see themselves first as Asian Americans or African Americans or Caucasians. They see themselves as Americans. And they're just trying to get into the universities. And currently, their race is being used against them. That's not American. And this use of race as a basis for college admissions needs to end. It is up to our generation to correct this injustice that is occurring in virtually every university in the United States today.
America's not working hard.
Any comment about Rod Rosenstein being fired or potentially?
I haven't even had a chance to review the news today.
Has President Trump said whether he'll campaign for you?
I hope he does. I hope he does. I think that, if you've seen, the president is a fan of mine. He's been tweeting and retweeting us, and including even I had a disagreement with him the other day with regard to the pay freeze on federal employees, but I made that disagreement in a very respectful way, and so much so that he actually retweeted it. But we're hoping that the president comes in. It would be a tremendous big benefit to my campaign to have him here. There's a lot of support for President Trump here, all over the Commonwealth of Virginia, even here in Northern Virginia. Don't you all think?
Those are done just resigned.
That's what I asked him about.
They just resigned.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to review that matter yet. But. Okay, what else we got? Anything else? Okay.
Yeah. Would you introduce any bill in the Senate if you get to the Senate? Would you introduce any bill to
Yes. This is one of the first things I want to introduce when I'm in the United States Senate, is legislation in the United States Senate that would forever prohibit any university, any institution of higher learning from using race as a factor in the college admissions process in the United States.
Go, Corey!
Thanks, and looking forward to talking with you more.
I just want to say one word.
Of course. You want to say something?
I just want to say in Vietnamese because we have some. Kính thưa quý vị, hôm nay xin quý vị hy vọng cho ông Corey Stewart. I just want to say everybody go to vote for him.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
So what consequence will you have once you get push this?
Well, I tell you something. As soon as we get the Asian American community to stand strongly against racial discrimination in the college admission process, the legislators will begin to listen. And when I introduce this legislation in the United States Senate next year, we're going to have a lot of support from senators across this country.
So why do you think this is important for our country?
I think it's wrong that a young man or a young woman who studies very hard, does well in school, has good SAT scores. I think it's wrong that they're kept out of a college or university simply because they're Asian. I think that's wrong, and it needs to be rectified. That's not America. That's not right. And we need to end this racial discrimination, this punishing of people based upon their race, end it once and for all, and turn our college admissions process into a true merit-based system.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
这个亚裔细分完全是不对，我们不但反对亚裔细分，甚至反对初分。我们在美国精神就是，我们所有的人来到美国，成为美国公民，那就是美国人。对不对？那就不应该把美国人分成白人、黑人、黄人、红人。我们所以的话，那亚裔细分那是完全不能接受的，是完全违背美国精神的。那么这个亚裔细分呢，实际上在这里面最大的一个害处呢，它不仅仅是细分，我们这里面有一个区别，就是说在public policy 就是你的政府的公共政策和一个学术，这是和一个私人的行为、私人的兴趣是完全两码不同的事情。你一个人完全可以在家里，他自己把这个人怎么分都可以，他可以在饭桌上分，他可以在睡觉、在梦里面分，他甚至可以作为一个学术研究，把他的作为一个学术研究的题目，把不同的人的祖先怎么分。但是作为政府，作为一个政策，不能够把人分成白人、黑人、亚裔，再把亚裔里面分成你是中国，你的祖先是中国来的，还是韩国来的，还是越南来的？因为这个亚裔细分这里面一个做法非常恶劣，就是强迫我们的子女，强迫我们的子子孙孙做任何一件事情都要登记你的祖籍，就是说你的爷爷、你的奶奶是从哪一个地方来的，是从不单是亚裔，还是说是中国还分台湾、香港、台山、什么北京、上海，这现在已经到了这是一种走火入魔、登峰造极的地步，实在是不能忍受。因为呢，你有很多地方我们已经看到了，出生证你要领出生证的时候就问你这个问题。小孩在这里出生是土生土长、生下来的美国公民，这样就问这个问题。还有一些现在很多地方就是你哪怕是上幼儿园，你就得填这种表格，你不填这种表，不去向政府申报这个问题，这个是个完全没有道理的，这是不合情理的这么一个问题。他必须要你要不申报，你不填，你就不能上学啊。对不对？所以你说这个亚裔细分制，一个本身细分没有道理，而且他的做法非常粗鲁、非常恶劣。
那 今天 Senator Corey 提到了说如果他想推行一个政策是把大学录取的这个种族的这个事情去掉，但这已经很长一段时间了，你怎么看待这个问题？
这个很长时间就很长时间不对，你不能因为有一个很长时间做了一件错的事情，它就变成了对的。你只要是认为错的事情，就应该去改正它。我们这不光是大学入学、招工。还有其他任何事情上都不应该把这个种族的作为一个政府，我尤其是讲，我说作为私人、作为学术，你可以在这方面做一些研究，对吧？但是作为一个政府的公共政策，作为一个法律，不能把人为的分成，我们都是美国人，人为的分成白人、黑人、黄种人、红种人，就是印第安人，然后还要细分到各个不同的你的祖先是从哪里来，所以这个大学入学这是一个比较突出的一个现象，就是比较突出，让我们亚裔华裔美国人感觉到特别就是切肤之痛的这么一件事，但实际上这只是一个冰山的一角，真正的整个东西就是人不应该分，我们美国人就是美国人。
好，我问你一个问题，上周川普签署了行政令，要求国安部包括 FBI。那个公布通俄门的这个调查资料，您怎么看待这个？
这个东西我跟踪的不是特别紧，所以我现在很抱歉，我没有什么更多的可以说。对，我想你们我知道的跟大家一样多，并不更多。